because of personal differences within the setup of the four
I think
of us.
personal indifferences, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just we didn't
true.
we weren't enjoying being together, and the thing about the kind of music that we do is that really the only way to change it, to change the sound of it, is to change the instrumentation. And we'd been through a number of changes within Throbbing Gristle with playing different instruments and stuff, and we just felt that it wasn't any fun, and it's got to be fun, no matter how horrific it is. It has to be fun as well.
It's like a riot can only last for so long, before it becomes choreography,
By a gun.
Both hiding what we see. You and you. They're twisted. Twisted. People want you to stay away. Wash your clothes another day. Wear your heart inside your sleeve. Always fake and never kid. Twisted. They're twisted.
We wanted to not have a group. We wanted to have an organisation that was going to make TV. That was the very first thing. It was called Psychic Television, and we were going to make...
Was that your phrase as well?
Yeah. And we were going to make, subversive underground TV shows and TV programs in order to carry on the message of what we were doing with the music to a different audience. The first thrust of Psychic TVs as a musical entity was to try and affect people using these more exotic instruments that they hadn't come across before, and were not just bass and drums and guitar and so on. And at the same time, Genesis was interested in making some money. I wasn't really at the time because I had plenty of money, but he sort of convinced me that it was a good idea to try and take some kind of musical structure to a wider audience. Stuff like that, but I was never very particularly comfortable with the idea of doing arranged strings and stuff at that time, because it just didn't feel, it felt like a distraction to me from what was the core truth of what we were doing, which was to try and affect people, in a positive way, spiritually and emotionally. And making pop music seemed to me kind of a distraction. Genesis was interested in, as part of the psychic television thing, we had a kind of offshoot called the Temple of Psychic Youth, which was intended to try and deprogram people from sort of spiritual cult groups, which we thought were interesting, but at the same time, were fundamentally evil and were limiting people's choice. And we wanted to try and provide a structure or a source of information on deprogramming so people could get free and become independent. I mean, independent just as much of the Christian church as any other kind of Jim Jones temple. And so, we started publishing manifestos for the Temple of Psychic Youth, and as with many of anything that looks like a religious movement, is that people tend to want, especially in England, I think people tend to want to like to be told what to do, and to be told that this person is the leader and that they have to do what they're told, really. And it's very English. I don't know, maybe it's Dutch too, but certainly in England, people like to be told what to do. So,
well, the whole thing was formulated and theorized and precisely worked out as a camouflage and a trap. And so when these people who wanted a leader or a cult and a religion to follow wrote in and started to do it, we would say, don't do this, do the opposite, do it for yourself. Unfortunately, Genesis took it on himself to become the leader, and then he stayed the leader. Gary Glitter, leader of the gang. He got stuck there, and we were not happy with that at all. So we left.
Yeah, it wasn't. We weren't interested in being involved in a conventional cult. It seems small-minded and stupid and not interesting in any way.
And tedious and hard work and.
Well, all those stupid people wanting to be told what to do all the time, it's really a pain in the ass.